Hello folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Eternal Ring. I was trying to roll that R on the ring. But anyways, I'm your host, the Gamer Darius. So, it's been a couple of days since I've been recording, and I've actually been grinding for a few things. One, you'll notice that my level is now 41. It's quite a bit. I also, back in the other area with those armored suits and whatnot, have picked up a hunting sword. A sword that's more like a spear, strong but heavy. And look at that damage upgrade. I'm almost stabbing as hard as I would with my wind element, I guess. Yes. I also had found another ring of magic back in there. So I also made a bunch of rings. Let's see, there is... one second. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can't just show you guys what they look like in the collection. Alright, first off is the floating bomb. Where's the floating bomb? Did I pass by the floating bomb? Yes, I did. It pretty much just makes a proximity mine that explodes upon contact with an enemy. As far as I've noticed, it's not hurt me, but it's really ineffective unless an enemy is actively chasing you, and actively chasing you fast at that. There's Bomber, which, by the way, is probably the best of the fire spells, because it constantly hits same enemy over and over and over again until usually it dies or the spell peters out. One of the least useful I had found that I made was Unpoison. Just removes poison. Good for it. I made a bunch of... oh, I'll show you guys this one in a bit. But I made a bunch of the attribute rings. Heat, Flame, Inferno. They're pretty cool. I even mixed a little bit of water with the fire when trying to make an attribute ring, and got this sucker as a result. Which is pretty cool if you're going to, you know, use multiples. I also got the same thing for Stone, Rock, and Nature. They're pretty gnarly looking, kind of like them. I got Breeze, Gust. There's probably going to be a third one that I did not get because I ran out of stuff. Let's see. Oh! Perhaps two. I figured out what Thunder does, but I'll show you that later. Divine is pretty cool. If an enemy doesn't have any resistance to light, it will instantly kill them. Flippin' sweet. Thunder, which actually now that I've used it on an enemy is pretty awesome as well. It does a hefty amount of light damage. And it looks cool too, it just summons this thunderbolt straight from the sky on top of their head. There's Dark Stop, which seems kind of useful. It literally stops an enemy. I don't think it... I've not fully tested it out, whether it's more useful than other things. Yeah. Orbiter, I've shown you guys that. I think that's it. All there really is to do is actually show you guys what the rings do, so let's go and do that. I promise, somewhat, that you won't be disappointed, except in the case of Mist. Mist is probably the most frustrating of these ones, because it's very selective in what it is. It works kind of like the floating bomb, except the floating bomb doesn't hurt you. What the Mist does is it poisons an enemy. Okay, cool. Thing is, though, if you're anywhere in the vicinity of said exploding poisonous ball, and let it charge up here, and just casually toss it there. Poop. If you're anywhere in that green circle when it pops, you're poisoned as well. But here's Fiery Avenger as soon as it charges. Do 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 do. Gonna kill you with the Fiery Avenger. One might say that that's overkill, and I agree. But there's no better kill like overkill. Ow. And the hunting sword is pretty nasty too. Suppose I'll just show off... Why do I not have Bomber equipped in? Oh yeah, I think it was because I was like, oh hey, I better check out what Bomber really is like. Bomber is freaking nasty too. Take a look. And it keeps going like that for a good 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. But I also realized that that would probably hurt the eardrums of everyone that watches me play this. So, yeah. And then I'm going to show off these suckers, Darkstop, Divine, and Thunder. Because really the effects are pretty damn cool. Oh no, they're coming for me. At an extraordinarily slow pace. And Darkstop. It stops everything on the screen, and you can stab to your heart's content. Or until he, you know, moves again. Ow. That's another one of those wolves things. Damn it. Alright. And this is Divine. Now again, if they have no Divine resistance, boom, they explode in a glorious fashion. Thunder is useful, but it's also more costly. Boom, just thunder. I'm a freaking Pokemon. Okay. Ow, Jesus, what is that? How the hell do you hit me through the damn wall? You know what, for that, for your impudence, you get thundered. Was this the way I came? No. I freaking love this spell, but again, it's really costly. So if you use it on an enemy that doesn't yield MP back as much as it's worth, which is like 24 MP, I don't see me using it for anything but boss battles. Which is a shame, really. Or if I'm just trying to rush through an area and I got all the magic stones I need, which, by the way, that area back there, the one that I just quickly popped into to show you guys the stones, yeah, that's a pretty nice place to get one's, let's see, to get one's whole, what's the word I'm looking for? To get all the crystal stones that you need. Let's see, I really need one for, need more for wind. Maybe I'll keep, yeah, I'll keep Divine on. Because that place, whilst I was grinding for more gemstones to make stuff, butt ton of magic crystals. Anyhow, so, sorry about that. Anyways, so, now that we hit those levers that were up there, in those two doors and whatnot, we can actually use this elevator. Oh, and those evil magician guys that were up in the library, those guys dropped the darkness versions of the gems, whereas the fairies dropped a bunch of the light ones. Neat to know, especially if I decide to actually get a full collection. Anyways, there's a thing down here. I don't remember what's past this point. It's a big imposing door. Nothing's trying to kill me yet. Oh, I may be mistaken. Is that a light gem? I think that's a light gem. Give my Divine a moment to charge back up. Nope. That wasn't it. I love how you kind of look like you're walking on the air, as opposed to the others, which were actually legitimately flying. Aw, he didn't drop a stone, though. Dang it. Wait, is there a multiple way to go here this time? No? Probably would have been just cheaper to knock him out of the air with the... Oh, what's this? Power of Seek. Got a feeling it's an attribute ring. Power of Seek. Power that has been cast targets and follows enemy? Oh, it chases after an enemy. Okay. Alright. That kind of sounds better than the Clarity Ring. Actually, no, it doesn't, now that I'll actually look at the Clarity Ring. So I guess I want to have the Clarity Ring, and instead of the... I'm level 42. I think I'm pretty good. Wow, I totally just blocked myself on what the hell I was even looking for a ring again. Anyways, that's back to the savey area. Where does this go? Oh, looks like it goes outside. That's handy. Well, this place doesn't look desolate or anything. Anything of use? I like to look around. What's behind here? Is this useful? No? Oh, looks like it was an old windmill. If those are in fact giant windmill blades. What's over here? Nothing. It's another broken door. Is there anything that's new on this island? Wow, why have two ring things right next to each other, essentially? Well, I guess it's the only building in this place now. Oh, hey! You're the lady from before.
You're safe. I'm so glad you're okay. This is my house. This town was built by the Elysians.
Town? What town? I see like one standing building.
I'm all alone here.
Well, that's not depressing.
You're from Soloulless, so I think you need to know the truth. It's a long story.
Well, we got plenty of time. Just, I don't think there's anything here of use besides maybe your diary.
To my beloved daughter, Lyla.
Oh.
These are my last words. It will give me great joy if you read all that I've written about the past. As you know, you are the last of the Soulsian people. 20 years ago, the Soulsians crossed over to this island and destroyed the Eternal Ring.
That doesn't seem like it was a smart idea.
Many of the Guardians died, leaving only me. And I was old and frail. When I was losing all desire to live, Lyla, you were the one who gave me the strength I needed to go on. I raised you as my own, and you grew up to be a perfect daughter. On the day you turned 10, I told you about your real mother who passed away, and your father who became a fire dragon.
Again, interesting curse when you think about it.
Still, you chose to stay by my side. You even called me Mother. You were close friends with Soloulless, of whom the Guardians were deathly afraid. I know you're trying very hard to save his cursed existence. And I believe that one day you will be able to teach Soloulless to have feelings. I hope you'll always be the kind-hearted Lyla I've known, even when I am gone. If you do, then your wishes will come true. May good magic give you guidance. To my daughter, last of the Soulsians, from your mother, the last of Elysium.
You know, constantly reminding her that she is the last of the Soulsians is probably not a thing you want to, just shove into her head constantly.
In this land, there once existed a civilization called Elysia, which had magical powers. The Elysian magicians decided to create the ultimate living organism and started studies to achieve such a creation.
Because science!
After making sacrifice upon sacrifice, they finally created an artificial human called Soloulless. This child had magical powers second to none. He was a perfect human that would never die.
I'm not sure you could define him as human at that point.
The magicians were very pleased and worshipped him as a god.
Yeah, that's more appropriate.
But there was something he didn't have. He lacked any emotions.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
He was unable to feel sadness or pain, so he didn't feel anything when he hurt somebody. And when somebody died, he couldn't understand the concept of death. When the magicians saw how he destroyed cities so innocently, they finally realized what a monster they had created.
No.
In order to calm the being that would never die, they had to trap him forever in a cage without time or space. The cage they trapped him in is the Eternal Ring. And the power they thought the ring possessed is actually soulless.
Okay.
After sealing Soloulless in the Eternal Ring, the people of Elysia left the island, leaving only a small group to guard the Eternal Ring. The Elysians that moved to the mainland became the Soulshans. They changed their name and over time forgot their history.
Well, wasn't that foolish of them?
The Soulshans suddenly returned to this island 20 years ago.
Because reasons.
The Soulshans, who were chased by the Aldine army, came back to the island, relying on an uncertain legend they vaguely knew.
Thinking that this eternal ring was just one of the ones that you just put on your finger and blast shit with, like, fire and wind and whatnot?
They believed the Eternal Ring ensealed a god that would protect them from within.
Ha! Fools.
The Soulshans, against the Guardian's wishes, pried open the Eternal Ring. Soloulless was awakened, and just for fun, he transformed the Soulshans, who wanted power to fight the Aldines, into dragons.
Just for fun, he decided to...
The strong power of his magic became a curse against the entire island. He simply doesn't know right from wrong because he was so young at the time. The Guardians managed to fix the Eternal Ring and succeeded in capturing Soloulless again. There weren't as many powerful magicians as in the past, so they were unable to seal him in completely. The sacrifices were great as well. My mother and I were the only ones who survived.
Well, that sucks.
My mother, she passed away 2 years ago. Oh, we don't have much time. You stay right here, okay?
Don't you just love inappropriately timed giant violent tremors? Well, I'm just gonna stay right here then. Alright, True Sight. Oh, I think this is actually one of those rings I actually had not picked up. Ring of True Sight. Erases any... erases any magic cast to prevent things from seeing. Okay. So, I'm just gonna steal her rings, apparently, and read through her journals. Maybe use her bed? Can I use the bed? I'd like to restore my MP. Can I use anything to restore my MP? Oh well. Huh. That wasn't open before. Let's check down here first, though. Hello? Lyla? I could seriously just jump over those rocks and get into that cave. But no, game's all like, oh hey, you gotta go this other path. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go this other path. Well, okay, I kind of do. So at least we now know the actual origins of what is known as the Eternal Ring. Where am I going anyways? Oh, I don't like the look of this. This looks like something I should have saved before doing. This does not look safe. Mostly I just don't trust my own self with the controls and how they work and these sort of pathways which lead to pretty much instant death. I walk a lot slower than I think I did. Oh hey! Water dragon from the very first dungeon in the water shrine.
Lyla, Soloulless, time. Lyla, Soloulless, Soloulless. Can you hear me?
Yes?
I'm using the last of my magic so that you may hear me. My human side is rapidly deteriorating. I can hardly speak now.
Convenient.
I'm the leader of the Soloulless, Azabar Durin. I am the last dragon with a human consciousness.
Cool.
Even the great magician, Gil Grey, is now just a fire dragon. There were many that preferred to die rather than lose their human consciousness. Now Lyla is the last of the Soloulless. I will soon forget everything, leaving her behind. The eternal ring that we destroyed cannot be repaired completely, and it's losing its power. Each time Soloulless tries to get out, the entire island shakes, and it's getting worse.
Okay.
I have told Lyla to leave the island, but she's trying to save Soloulless.
That seems like a
She
dumb
is
idea.
teaching him to have a human heart and to care about others.
I don't think it's working.
She doesn't understand that it's impossible to teach human emotions to a being with no feelings. Only the one who has the 4 keys can get to the eternal ring from the ancient laboratory.
Hey, I think I have 2 of those.
Lyla's there. Please, save her from the evil curses that bind her. The younger you that I once knew had a kind heart. I'm confident that you will achieve great success. For you, Lynn Grey, are first child of the great magician.
Wait, what? Lynn Grey, what? So, wait. Does that make Lyla my sister then? Because the red dragon, or that fire dragon, is that other, like, Sil Grey, right? I don't know, I'm bad with names. Especially dragons with names. Like, try to pronounce any of the names in, like, D&D and whatnot. Okay, save point. Like, the only actual dragon that I can think of off the very top of my head is a Shardalon. You know, big, nasty red one, which replaced his heart with a Balor, I think. I think that's how it went. Something like that. Oh my, you're new. Ow my. Oh wait, you're not new, you're just assholes. Yeah. Okay, I really probably should use the bomber against these guys. Maybe. Yeah, let's try the bomber. Bomber. Tornado gem. Nice. I don't know how much nicer it is than... That worked fine. You're clearly a griffin. Okay, I might have to assail your guys' ears with the sound of... Because that just works too effectively. Anything else in this room? Oh, there's another phoenix over here. I'm gonna go ahead, kill this... Oh, phoenix. Go ahead, doing this griffin. Oh, I missed. There we go. And then I'm going to call it an episode because I am quickly coming up on the 30-minute mark. Wonder if I can... Actually, let me see if I can't just wind this one open. Huzzah! No? Okay. Now I wonder where Lyla went. Seeing as Lyla shouldn't be able to open the doors. You know what? Gonna put some fiery vengeance on these guys as soon as this door opens. Come on. Where is it? Ah, there you are. Fiery vengeance. That didn't do as much. Oh yeah, that's right, because I took off that one ring. Oh well, one more fiery vengeance. For the road, as it were. Wonder if I can two-shot. Or one-shot both of them at the same time. Okay. Ah, damn it, missed. Ow. There we go. That was dead. And there's a second one of those up there. Oh, there's multiples of those ones. Alright, yeah. I'm going to go ahead, call an episode here. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Cheers.